From the discovery of the internet to the invention of the camera, lots of inventions have set the pace for the revolution of the modern world. Without these inventions, we would not enjoy the comfort that we have right now in the 21st century. Humans have always been a creative species, and today's video takes you through our top 10 ingenious inventions that truly changed the world. Number 10. X-rays. This is one of many ingenious inventions that was actually discovered by accident. Wilhelm Röntgen was studying radiation and its various applications, which is in line with his profession as a German engineer and physicist. However, during his experiment in 1895 about the possibility of cathode rays passing through glass, he discovered that radiation left a shadow of solid objects as it passed through extremely thick screens. This piqued his curiosity, and he eventually established the foundation for the use of X-rays to reveal pictures of internal organs. Today, the use of X-rays have been instrumental in the medical world. Number 9. Airplane. Before 1783, no one believed that humans could fly. If you suggested it, you'll probably be met with a lot of laughter. However, Joseph Michael and Jacques-Étienne Montgolfier broke this limit when they flew into the skies in their hot air balloon. This was the first human-operated flight that finally paved the way for others to do even better. 70 years later, George Cayley had a successful flight on the first glider, and Wilbur and Orville Wright finally cracked the secret to prolonged flight with their first plane in 1903. Today, millions of people travel all around the world on airplanes, and it's amazing. Number 8. Internet. The invention of the World Wide Web by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989 set the tone for a huge chunk of modern civilization. You can watch this video because of the invention of the internet. Thanks to the internet, we have social media that reveals so much about human interactions. A lot of people work online, as well with people that they have never seen before. It's all about removing all borders. The development of the internet made the entire world connected in a way that has never happened before. And it's one of the most ingenious inventions to ever hit the 21st century. Number 7. Telephone. Before Alexander Graham Bell was awarded the patent for a telephone in 1876, one of the most common methods of communication was through letters. You would have to post a letter and hope that it gets delivered within a few days. Therefore, instant communication was nothing but a myth and widened the gap between families that had to stay apart for a while. However, after that first phone call to his assistant, where Alexander Bell said, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you," scientists realized that instant communication was possible, and today's version of the telephone is better than they ever imagined it would be. Number 6. Printing press. Millions of authors in different parts of the world have the invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg to thank for the existence of physical books. He was the first to use a new molding technique known as the hand mold to create a mechanized process of transferring ink to paper. The first ink was made from soot and linseed oil, and eventually this evolved into a much more economical and effective version. However, the major effect of this movable type printing press was that book copies could be made faster and knowledge sharing through books wasn't complicated. Even great people get the chance to preserve their unique experiences through books. Number 5. Batteries. Lots of gadgets around the world are powered using batteries. From laptops and cars to wristwatches and mobile phones, we're surrounded by the genius of batteries. This all dates back to about 2,000 years ago, when the Parthian Empire made batteries using a clay jar filled with vinegar and inserted a copper cylinder into it. However, an even better evolution was the invention of the first electric battery by Alessandro Volta. This was improved on by William Cruikshank until the first lead-acid rechargeable battery came to life in 1859 AD through Gaston Plant. It's been centuries, but batteries power the world in a lot of ways. Number 4. Camera. How amazing is it to be able to capture moments that happen only once in a lifetime and keep them preserved forever? The camera is one of the greatest inventions of man, and its evolution is a beautiful story. This device has moved from camera obscura to dry plates and then DSLRs. Credit for the first permanent photograph goes to Charles and Vincent Chevalier, who created this using a wooden box camera. Now, digital cameras are the rave of the moment, with Eugene Lally using it to take beautiful pictures of the stars. Cameras are now more accessible with smartphones that have built-in ones. Number 3. Concrete. Let's take you through the long and interesting history of concrete, one of the most popular building materials in many countries. This is a mixture of sand, gravel, cement, and water, which is then hardened to build massive structures. Several buildings and roads built hundreds of years ago with concrete are still standing tall today, including the first concrete paved street in the United States built by George Bartholomew in 1893. Later, this was developed into steel-reinforced concrete, and Eugène Freyssinet used this to build two massive airship hangars in 1921, located at the Orly Airport in Paris. No doubt, this is a better choice than the stone caves our ancestors started with. Number 2. Television. What many people may not know about television is that it is the product of many individuals. At several stages, inventors discovered a unique quality that made the box better than better. This rapid development occurred through the 19th and 20th centuries, starting with the brave 23-year-old Paul Nipkow, who patented the image rasterizer in 1884. This was a device with a spiral pattern of holes where each hole scanned an image. Eventually, this was demonstrated for the first time by Fournier and Georges Renoux in 1909. By the 1920s, John Baird created a prototype video system and publicly demonstrated televised images in motion in 1925. This is the foundation of modern television that lets us watch various amazing channels with no limits to movies, television shows, and information on what goes on thousands of miles away from the comfort of your home. Number 1. Steam engine. Although credit for developing the first practical steam engine goes to an Englishman known as Thomas Savery, the first patent for a device using steam power was registered by the Spanish Geronimo de Ayens. The English inventor created his device in 1698, which was used to draw water from flooded mines. Later, another Englishman known as Thomas Newcomen improved on the engine in 1711 before a dramatic improvement on the engine was done by James Watt. James included a condenser in the engine, giving the steam cylinder constant temperature that set the foundation for its use in manufacturing, including for factories and trains. Thanks to the steam engine, the world changed drastically for the better. Did you enjoy this video? Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing and entertaining information.